Hey, yeah. ah, I'm so bad at intros. I haven't done this in a bit. I want to get back to doing these, but what I was going to say is, hello, everyone. It's time for my, I don't know, seasonal video where I make an update to what progress I've made on here. I mean, I do want to start getting back into making my Let's Play videos when I have time, because I do like making those. It's just, I think I mentioned in the last video I was feeling kind of burnt out of making them. And I think the reason is, uh, I was recording and editing and posting these all in one day, which I realized most people do not do that. So that's probably what my problem was, is I was putting a bunch of work on myself at once. So, I mean, if I can do all of that in one day, then that's fine, but I shouldn't be aiming to do all of that in one day all the time. I think that's the problem. Anyway, that's not what I'm here to talk about. I just, I make these videos so infrequently, I feel like I have to give updates every time. So, yeah, the main thing is this area over here, and most of it's underground, so it looks like I didn't do much, but a lot more has been done than it looks like. I also did do some terraforming stuff, as you can kind of see here. I don't know why it still shows there being pink on the map from when I was outlining. I must have forgot to update one of these maps. I can't figure out which one it is. Hold on. Eh. 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 Is it this one? Nope. I feel like I should probably cut this out, but at the same time it is a bit funny, so. Oh, here we go, it's this map. I'll teleport to Brookhaven so that I can just... Oh, am I going the wrong way? I did, yeah, I have... It's possible some stuff will update slightly as I go. There we go, that fixes that. It's just a minor thing. I started using pink wool to outline these instead of lime green wool so that I could see it better. Not that it really matters, but yeah, I have done all this bit. This is not interesting, I'm just showing it anyway. And also, that's a full tunnel now. Also, as a fun little thing, I found a better method for making these that they're not hollow anymore. I mean, there is one that's still hollow that I just made because it was like it was a smaller thing, I guess. I was like, yeah, I could just do this quickly, so it's hollow. But this entire big one, like this section covering that bridge, plus where it connects up here, all of this is not hollow. I know this usually is just me showing little updates. I don't normally make a whole freaking like tutorial or whatever, but I have had people in the past ask about how I, do certain things. Mainly people asking about the particles in the sky, which for anyone who hasn't seen me comment about it or hasn't heard me mention it, I feel like I mentioned it in other videos, but I forget. Basically, I just have the biome of this entire area set to be, I think it's the delta waste. If I check my map, not my map, check the F3 menu, and also show a bunch of information about my computer. Yes, basalt deltas. That's what it is. So yeah, it becomes it's all considered basalt deltas. This entire massive area. So that's why you get the cool particles. And I did that through the World Painter program, which is also how I laid out things like this giant lake as a basis. But you can also do that using the I thought it was set biome. Oh, it's fill biome. And then you can do like a massive area and then whatever. It might just take a bit longer than if you're using something like World Painter. I haven't tested that much, but it is a thing, so the more you know. And my other little tutorial thing before I get back to showing the new stuff is, if you're wondering what my new technique for that is, basically, I make a little this is terrible. This is horrible, but I make a little irregular area, like something like this. I'm gonna get rid of this after. I'm just wanting to show. And then I fill it up with water. I mean, obviously when it's a larger area, you have to do more water. And then I get the coordinates. So let's put here, that, and then do fill, say, grass block, replace, water, and then it fills in that entire bit. And then usually I'll do a second one to fill in the wool itself, but I'm not doing that this time since I'm just going to delete it now. But yeah, I just thought that's a cool little technique for if you're someone who is building stuff like this but is being too stubborn to learn World Edit or Axiom or anything like that. I don't even know if you can use Axiom for free or anything. I don't know the deal with that, but because I know it's like a fancy tool. Anyway, my point is I'm doing this basically fully vanilla aside from shaders, so I'm being too lazy to learn how to use any of those. So I just do it myself using weird methods. But it works, as you can see, so I live with it. Anyway, I also have this little bridge. I have it blocked off, but I also have the path marked across. I think I am going to build it across, because even though the bridge is collapsed in Silent Hill 2, it's not in 3, and it's kind of implied that you go across the bridge to get to the amusement park. So I'm going to build it out, but yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, there's also these silly billboards like this one. That's a Heaven's Night one, but not much to say about those, so I've been kind of ignoring them. There's a lot of them. I think there's some for several businesses, and there's some that aren't really connected to anything you actually see. But this is the main star of the show here. I'll be looking more over there later. This is the Historical Society, as it says right here. Also, one more thing before I go in. I know I'm like constantly stopping here. I'm not stopping, but getting sidetracked. I get sidetracked. It's how it goes. I have on top of, well, that's the old shader that doesn't work anymore for some reason. On top of the one that I've been using, I recently learned about this cool shader. Come on. Yep. That will be especially good for when I'm working on the Silent Hill 1 areas on the other side of the lake, but this is the rudimentary shader pack, which adds things like vertex wobbling and the dithering to the screen and stuff like that. And I think it even has some quantization to the colors. So basically it is meant to sort of look like PS1 stuff. Like you know, stuff like Silent Hill 1, that's why you have the connection. I'm also using the horror mode, so it adds this crazy fog, and things look a bit more dull. However, because the weather is rainy, it makes interiors pretty. There we go. I couldn't find the door. It makes interiors quite dark. This place is looking cool like this, though. I'll have to go back through here with them off so you can see better. But I mean, this looks pretty cool. Like you gotta agree with me. This looks really neat. However, see, this is like that is a light shining directly in here, and it's still this dark. Versus if I disable my shaders for a second, this is how bright it is in vanilla. So, yeah. It looks really cool and atmospheric. It's just sometimes it makes areas so dark that you basically can't see anything. However, I have found that if you change the weather to clear while you're inside using that shader pack, you can see a lot better. So if you are using that shader pack when you're exploring the city for the town, the ambiance or whatever, I recommend turning the weather to clear when you're inside just so you can see better. Um, I don't know if it ruins the look of the outside too much, but yeah. Oh yeah, that's another thing. I don't think this was a thing yet in my last video. I don't remember, but I've updated all of the doors, including all the ones that I've seen in the past. Any ones where walking through them would teleport you, instead of having like a pressure plate that you stand on or a tripwire, any teleportation related things, it's either opening a door or just standing in a certain area, because I learned more about command blocks. In fact, I did actually update something in the hospital area, but I'm not going to show that because I'm going to save that as a surprise when I'm exploring this place on my no commentary little walkthrough of the Southvale area video that I'm planning to do after this one. But I still have some cleanup and stuff that I want to do before I do that. Like, mainly when you saw the map at the beginning, all of the uh, areas that still have all the red wool and stuff like that, I need to go back and update. But they're non-explorable, so I haven't been doing much for them yet. So I will be just filling in the gaps, basically, with whatever I think makes sense. So yeah. Anyway, moving on, we're going down quite far, in fact, down the ominous staircase. This staircase, I was almost just gonna go dead silent on you there. This staircase, it is quite long, like quite. Uh, I when I was using the VR chat map for comparison and stuff, I think it took me a good 45 seconds to run one way, either up or down on this thing. Uh, and that's like running. So with this, I tried to emulate the ridiculous length of the staircase, though it's probably not exactly the same. But as you can tell, still quite a trip. So now we are down into the prison area. It's a lot of hallways. This area probably won't have me saying a whole lot of anything interesting because it's so many hallways. But this area at least looks cool, I think, with all the pipes and stuff. Now it's the first of many holes that we're gonna jump down. This one lands you in the water. It's like a weird little well thing. And normally in game, you actually break down part of the wall with your weapon to get to the door here, but I just made the wall already broken in. And then we're in this weird little sewer-looking section. I could use night vision to make it easier to see everything, but I feel like this looks nicer from an atmospheric standpoint. Yeah. Unfortunately, this is probably one of the less interesting areas to talk about in the game. Well, not the prison, actually more the labyrinth is the most boring area. Oh yeah, this area, I believe you actually get locked in here and your lights go out, like your flashlight goes out and you have to replace the battery and there's bugs everywhere and like that. But anyway, I can't exactly replicate all of that, so it's just a weird room. And then we have the sideways hallway. I like this. This is actually what I like from a visual standpoint. I use the like trap doors to make it look like sideways doors. But yeah, you jump down the door into the hallway, and then you fall down into the prison. the main prison. That was all prelude to the actual prison. And this is like a cafeteria looking area. Well, not looking, it is a cafeteria, I'm pretty sure. And I think this is where the map would be, hence why I put that there. Not that you actually can get a map because it's underground. Oh wait, no, I just put that there to represent paper on the table in general. And we can't go past here. Okay, I did actually properly block it off. I couldn't remember. Okay, I'm a little curious if I forgot to. No, I did not. I was actually thorough. I will be going down there later, but first things first. We've got this hallway with all the cells. They're all identical. Some of them look a bit different in game, but it's on such a small scale, it's kind of hard to show the difference between any of them. And, oh yeah, this weird little room. I don't know what to say about it, it's just a weird little room, but I do like how it looks. It's a more visually distinct room because of the blocks it uses. Like, oh yeah, that's actually moss, pale moss and regular moss for the walls, which, that reminds me, I have updated this world to be on the newest version, so it has all the pale stuff. And also, here's another identical prison cells area on the other side. Loops back around. Doesn't go anywhere. Oh yes, there's also this section which is like bathroom, showers. Those ones aren't accessible. I don't know why the floor is muddy, but that is how it is in game, where it's all dirty and stuff, so. Or muddy, even. And then there's this weird little shower. It's like the weirdly tall shower. We're going back through here. We have this area. Turn this off so you can see stuff better. Sometimes the crosshair gets in the way a bit. So, as you can see, this should lead outside into a courtyard area, but it's all encased in darkness, which I think is kind of neat. Ugh, that was a weird kind of voice crack I got there. Sorry. Yeah, like those are just. Blech. Sorry, I was getting a drink. Because I think I was getting dry throat, and that's why that happened. But yeah, see solid walls. You're just surrounded in darkness. And then you've got this up here. And you can stand up here even. There's nothing here, because again, I don't have any of the puzzles implemented, so you basically can just wander around and see stuff, but you don't have to, like, bring the 3 plates here to get a key or whatever it is that you do here. I forget, but I know you bring the 3 plates there, and then you get something for it. So, now that I've shown these rooms, go through here, which, side note, this is a little visiting room, and this would also be a visiting room, but it's broken, so we go through here. On the other side, we've got, wow, doors that lead to nowhere. Also, you can come to the other side of this visiting room. So this is sort of the, like, front half of the building. I guess it's sort of like the staff and visitor-only area, I guess. Oh yeah, and then you have these 2 bathrooms here. I like the little bathroom signs I made, personally. Simple, but they work. So you got, like, a weird little sink in the corner, you got these mirrors and sinks, and then you got the 2 toilets, one of them, the stall is closed. And then you've got more mirrors, sinks, toilet. I think those were the urinals, but they don't look very good because it's hard to show stuff at such a small scale. And another weird little sink. It's like, I guess they're like janitorial sinks. It was hard, like they were there in both of them, so but I don't know, I'm not an expert on public washrooms, but I'm pretty sure they're like janitorial, because they're not the main sinks with the mirror. Anyway, here's like a little break room. We can put a little pie there. I don't remember what's actually there, but yeah. A little TV, some books. And then you go through here, and weird head. And I think the crossbow is there because you find like a rifle or something here. I forget. Oh no, is there a rifle in, maybe it's where you find the shotgun? I don't remember. But there's a gun there. It might just be a display one, or it might be one you get, but I'm pretty sure it's one you get. And there's a weird head. I think there's like these weird mask face things here, so I just put a Steve head to represent that. And the little candles. Almost makes it feel cozy if it weren't for the weird head staring at you. And now we go through here. And this would be an exit, but leads to nowhere. None of these doors work, so we get to drop down another hole. I don't know why I sounded excited about that. You can see a staircase that you can't use. And this leads into a weird little morgue. Lovely. And then this leads into another hole. This area has a lot of holes. I think on survival mode, some of these falls will hurt you, but none of them will kill you, so, you know. Got that doesn't go anywhere, so we go this way. And another hole! Then we go through here, and oop, we've been teleported. Because it's supposed to be an elevator, but I just had it automatically teleport you. Because in the game, when you walk in, it just automatically starts moving, so, you know, best analog I could think of. But we go through here, and we have begun our exploration of the labyrinth, aka probably the most boring area to build in this entire thing so far, because as you're going to see, it's a lot of basically identical hallways of two varieties. Ones with the walls and the floor and the ceilings like this, and ones like this. It's a lot of this. I mean, it's not like horrible, it's just, it's all the same. Oh yeah, here's the puzzle room where you rotate the thing here and it rotates this room. And this leads down into where you see Maria in the prison there. And we will be coming back here later in the tour. I guess I'm calling this a tour, I don't know. Not used to. Oh yeah, also I added water to make water drip down from the ceiling because I thought that would be kind of a neat detail. I don't remember if I did that for all of them or just some of them, but it's there. And doesn't matter which one of these I go down because they lead the same place. This is like one of the only areas where the lower part looks different from the other lower parts, but it's not that exciting. So I can go through here, which leads into here, which is where you find the great knife. So that's neat. And then I can walk around here, and it brings you back here. And I believe there's another wall that's just empty, yeah. It's basically just a big loop around. So yeah, there's where I entered from. Next up, we're actually going back here, because normally this is blocked off with these wires, and you have to get wire cutters and cut through, but again, can't really nicely set up the puzzles, or I'm not cool enough to, so I just don't. But also, it's not really meant to be so much an adventure map and more just like free roaming exploration, so I didn't go too crazy on that. Aside from having certain areas that are kind of one way, where once you go through, you can't go back, and you'd have to like go all the way back around to get there, but you know. Anyway, we have a dead-end room. I literally don't know what the purpose of this room is. It's just kind of there to screw you over, I guess. I don't know. Also, sorry if you're hearing background noise, like from wind or anything like that. I don't know how bad it'll be, but I do have my window open because I finally have fresh air for the first time in several months. So I'm appreciating it, but it has been, actually right now it's pretty calm, but it was a bit windy earlier. So anyway, as you can see, I am running out of things to talk about, so I'm talking about the weather. Another tunnel thing. I mean, I guess it is called the labyrinth for a reason. Certainly labyrinthine. This just loops around. There was a ladder there, but I just wanted to show this loops around. I don't know why I'm showing this. Okay, I'm gonna fly just to make this faster, because you already saw this. Let's go through here. And then we go here. And look, another identical hallway. I mean, this one's got some grates, that's something. And a dead end. So we go down here. Also, if you're wondering, these levers don't do anything, they're just representing these weird little light switches in certain places, so don't worry, it's not like a puzzle or something. I made this one weirdly claustrophobic compared to the other ones. I don't remember why, I just did. I guess I wanted to mix it up a bit. Then we have this large, empty room. Nothing here. You can even hear the water flowing around. Because I think I basically just have these large, like, just long streams of water going across all the hallways. Well, not all of them, but like this one, for example. But I think some of them I forgot to, or didn't bother. And then we have dark hallway. That leads into, oh my god, another one! That's crazy! And wow, another dead end. Except this one I think you find some like bullets or something here, so it does have a purpose. It's just an empty dead end. Well, an almost empty dead end. Wow. Oh yeah, that's one of the worst parts about these lower areas, is because they're all like waist deep water. It takes longer to walk through them because you can't really sprint per se. You can just kind of do a weird bobbing thing or fly if you're creative. And here is the abstract daddy boss room, where I even added the pistons, but not the boss itself. But I think this does a decent job of replicating the room. Also, I think I made the redstone clocks in a way where they're not gonna break, so that should be fine. What I mean by that is I think certain redstone clocks actually break if they get unloaded and then reloaded again. But these ones should be fine. I've, been around back and forth and nothing's happened to them, so anyway. I do like how this one turned out. Just not a lot to say aside from, pistons. And I do think it's a little funny that as you approach, you can hear the loud pistons before you even know what you're getting into. And then through here. Oh my god, another hallway. Oh, I must miss this door. There's normally a puzzle here where there's these dudes, and then you have to like figure out which one is falsely accused, and they're hanging. But yeah, they're just kind of here, I guess. They're just chilling in this version. Because I couldn't think of a good way to show them hanging from the ceiling. So, and then there's this room, which I think is where it tells you the information that helps you decide which one is falsely accused, and then yeah, exciting stuff. I know. Oh my god, another. Sorry, I need to be done with the bit about the hallway. I am sorry. You get the point. And then here's where you would unlock this way through once you solve the puzzle in the previous room. In fact, I think in the last part of the Silent Hill 2 Let's Play I made, like, forever ago, I was in this part of the game, so you can see it there. Totally not promoting my own old videos that I'm hoping to go back and continue. Anyway, go through this door, and it's the other side of the jail cell, where Maria is. And you get a fun cutscene when you get here in game. But I can't add a cutscene, so you get nothing. Now we go down this very cramped but weirdly tall hallway. If you can call this a hallway, it's more like a weird... I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's something. And another hallway into a weird underground graveyard. And as a fun little side thing, there's a grave for Walter Sullivan here, which is actually there in game. So I thought I would include it. And then we have these ones as well, including James's, which we love to jump down, to go down another staircase. I told you there's a lot of holes. Go all the way down this hallway. Into the area where you fight Eddie. So this is where you first encounter him. And then you chase him down into this meat freezer room, I guess. I actually really like how this one turned out. I think I did a good job at replicating the feeling of it. You know, you go around and you kill him, and then I think you can take his gun. I don't remember. And then you go through here, and we are back outside above ground. And then we can go across here. And this is where you take the boat across the lake. It's not directly across, I think it's more like this way. But, you know, that's how it be. And as you can see, we have not traveled that far at all. We're just on this area here. So, yeah. This one feels like it's been really short, and it's mostly been padded out by me rambling at random. But, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little update. That it feels a bit anticlimactic, but this is basically the finish of the explorable areas of Southvale. So if I return to the map for a second, now that's kind of a weird way to have to get back, but it's just the fastest way. And I go here. As you can see, this entire area is basically done. I still have to go in and do stuff like this and this, but this is all like unexplorable stuff, so I can just kind of do whatever the hell I want. And I want to finish that road and probably build the road around here, even though it'll take a while. And I have to build this, and I'm gonna be building stuff on this side of the lake and all that, so there's a lot left to do. But it's still a big milestone to have basically finished the entire Southvale section. Like, that's still a decent chunk. And it'll be awesome once I get the final details out of the way. So yeah, I'm happy that I've been documenting this progress, and I'm happy that I've been making progress on this. And it'll be great when I can finally share it, like, once it's in a finished state. Technically, I could be sharing incomplete versions of it, but I feel like I would rather share it once the whole thing is done. That would just be the best, in my opinion. Or, like, at the very least, say, for example, I get this part done, so then I have this, and I share that, and then I start working on these areas that I like care about less. And then once I finish those, then I can share a version that's the whole thing. But I think I mentioned this previously, I am planning to, before I move on to this stuff, aside from I might do the hotel first just because it's part of the Silent Hill 2 stuff, I haven't decided yet, but I'm planning to take a little detour to build stuff that is not on the map, but I still want to include. So I'll probably be doing that next. But like I said, I might do like the church and the hotel before I take my little detour, or I might save that stuff for when I'm just like working on this section of this side of the lake in general. I haven't decided. Maybe I'll see what people say about it. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, I've been rambling long enough, so I'm gonna end this off. But I hope you've enjoyed this little update, and I hope to see you all again soon, either when I'm making another update video or whatever, or if I finally get back to doing Let's Play stuff, whichever comes first. We'll see. So, yeah.